morning, viewers. Welcome to Global Entertainment News Breakfast Show, your daily dose of news and updates. I am your host, Busola, and joining me in the studio today are
Bella.
Okay, so we are taking our today's top story from Punch, Vanguard, and Nation newspaper. So today's top story from Punch: Natasha suspension, Senate rules out reversal, Akpabio queries suit. The Senate on Monday ruled out a reversal of the 6-month suspension imposed on Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, who represents Kogi Central. Senate spokesman Yemi Adaramodu, speaking exclusively with The Punch on Monday, dismissed any pressure to reinstate Akpoti-Uduaghan, emphasizing that the legislative body would adhere strictly to its rules. He said, "There is no pressure anywhere that can take our eyes away from our noble status. The Senate will always regulate our conduct as empowered in the Nigerian Constitution and also enshrined in our standing order. The Senate is currently busy working on the tax reform bills and preparing equally for the constitution review. We want to reflect the feeling of Nigerians on the Electoral Act before the 2027 elections."
Well, the Senate. This is very. I see this story as the Senate trying to shy away from this Akpoti Natasha's issue. Well, it's not something that needs to be on a long spread outside there. People really talking about it because most people have forgotten the work of the Senate now. They are now emphasizing on that Natasha
Natasha,
story and everything. So the best thing, I think the best thing for the Senate to do now is to look for something to move that motion of Natasha's issue, relationship with the Senate president and everything. Focus of what is really on ground, the tax bills and the other things that needs to be attended to, rather than talking about the relationship between Akpoti and
Akpabio.
Fabi. Just look forward to better things ahead.
I don't think that removing their focus from that Natasha's issue and focus on the tax reform is going to be any of the changes because the Senate president here is the one that is being accused of sexual harassment, and I feel like this thing would have been settled a long time ago between the both of them. But the Senate president is not ready to even comply. Instead, he throws a suspension of 6 months to Natasha, which we all know that is not supposed to be so.
Yeah.
Yes, it was an accused, and then she already filed a lawsuit. If that is going to be out, that should be working against the backdoor between the Senate president and Senate Attorney Natasha behind the door while they still focus on the tax reform
things.
and other things. That does not stop, but they are trying to drag this, or the Senate Pablo is trying to drag this whole thing to the next length, which people feels like is not supposed to be so. We know that this is an accusation. A female in the office is accusing you of sexual harassment that is not supposed to be just shift under the rug, and then it feels like there are other important things. She is also part of the Senate.
She also has a voice.
She also has a voice. And
Right.
then she coming out to say that she was being sexually harassed by the Senate president. It's not something that we should just like, there are other important things in the state that needed to be
Should be
settled.
addressed.
It should be addressed. So the Natasha case should go. Is that does it mean that you're actually trying to support the fact that this thing has to be silent? Her accusation has to be silent.
To me, I support the suspension because there's something we need to understand when it comes to meetings. This is an issue between the president of a particular gathering and a member. If that member is still present in that meeting, I tell you, the meeting is not going to go forward because there will be this beef in the meeting.
We're talking
She
about,
was never happy. She was never happy about the fact that
talking about
the meeting has to go the way it's
talking,
supposed to go. They were never happy about it.
talking about
So we
that.
need to focus about the meeting, and giving her that suspension we relieve the kind of discussions they will be discussing in the
You
meeting.
know that you well know that she's the Senate as well. And then the reason why she actually comes out to even talks about this thing is because of the Ajakuta, the mining project that's supposed to be. She says that because of that, she has rendered the voice first time, second time, third time to the Senate president, which
was
she's been kicked against. When she finally went to his office, that is when he now says that you can enjoy more from me if you make yourself available. So what that project should not supposed to become in between them. That project should not be stopped because he had his own interest in her, not the work that is being put in the office to look into. The Ajakuta project, mining project, is now stopped on hold because Natasha refused to comply with him. So if you feels like the suspension is right, what about he that is being accused of a sexual harassment?
Let's document. Alright, let's move on. APC council chairmanship aspirant hacked to death in Lagos. Gunmen have shot and marched to death a politician, Oluwatosin Onomade, in the Ijede area of Ikorodu, Lagos State. It was gathered that Onomade, until his death, was an aspirant for the chairmanship position of the Ijede Local Council Development Area under the banner of the All Progressive Congress. His distraught brother Oluwafemi Onomade, who managed to speak with our correspondent, lamented that the assailant has been trailing his elder brother before the unfortunate day. Narrating the incident, which happened on Saturday night in an exclusive interview with Punch Metro, Femi said the assailants were clad in black outfits, with no one seeing their faces.
So
Yeah,
I'll say that this is a show of, let me say, assassination because maybe the opposition or whoever that they might be in the same party together or this person feels like this one is already gaining the upper hand, so it doesn't want it to. But this position they are still fighting themselves for in
And they are
Nigeria
killing themselves.
is really, really alarming because
Yeah.
if it's going to be like there's absolutely nothing they are seeing in that place, that means that they won't be fighting themselves to this level of actually taking the other person
Down.
down and then overtaking. Like they say, overtaking is allowed. Even the president says it is itself that overtaking is allowed.
Even
You
though
can overtake anyone.
even though overtaking is allowed, does not warrant you killing your fellow human being just because of a position that
Well,
even though you enter there today, you are going to live one day. It's not forever.
well, we can all see the desperation in people when it comes to leadership, because now that, yeah, someone that can kill. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
accusing anybody now. I'm not just, probably, let me use the word allegedly, because someone that has the mind to kill anybody
Just for a
just for a
position.
position, definitely that person is not good for that position.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the person is going there for material things and going there for his or her own benefit. Someone that has the mind to be you are going there to lead a particular people. You are just like a front runner to people, and you are going there with that kind of force, able to kill another person just for you to attain that post. After you attain that post now, definitely you are there because of that post, because of the benefit around that post. That's the main reason why. Someone that spend, that's why I see people in politicians in Nigeria, they will tell you they spend millions of
Billions.
dollars, billions of money for that post. Okay, what's the essence of you spending that billions of naira?
And
Are
you're
you going
not
there
achieving anything.
definitely they are investing in that position. If you spend 1 billion naira in a
You get
particular
it
thing,
times two.
because you are going there to get either times 2 or times 3.
Yeah.
So those kind of people are not going there to govern people. They are going there for political interest, and this is the example of that.
Alright, let's move on. Oyetola, Adeleke's commissioners trade words over alleged 3.7 billion naira mismanagement. The ongoing political feud between chieftains of the All Progressive Congress and the Osun State government took a new turn on Monday as the immediate past Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Mr. Adebayo Adeleke, accused his predecessor, Mr. Kolapo Aliamin, of overseeing the withdrawal of 3.7 billion naira by some officials of the Association of the Local Government of Nigeria. Adeleke, who served under the former governor Adegboyega Oyetola between 2019 and 2022, made the allegations while responding to a petition filed against him by the state government. The petition, submitted to the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, accused Adeleke of illegally securing renovation contracts for primary healthcare centres while the public office.
Well, you can see that when once one particular case is brought out, another one is surely link it.
Yeah.
Because you can see that there are so many secrets that we never knew about that is happening because of one small issue with local government and everything. I think to me, with the EFCC needs to really look into 3.7 billion naira is not a small money. It's not something we can just die down. But to me, I'm still surprised why a particular person will oversee 3.7 billion naira. It, as huge as that money is, oversee the withdrawal of 3.7 billion naira without knowing what the money is being used for.
Useful. No accounts, nothing, nothing.
You can see there's a lot of money in this country that anybody that comes out and say there's no money in Nigeria, the person is lying. There's money in this country, but we are not using the money the right way.
Yes, we have money in this country, but greediness, it has overcome all of us. They said when one man is down, every other person is down.
Well, talking about that, there's money in this country, there's money in this country. Yeah, I'm going to say that our politicians are seeing the money very well, more than the layman or the citizen supposed to. And then, well, that money is being channeled among themselves, the politicians and the leaders and those in power that actually, that 3.7 billion is nothing to what the governor of the ex-governor of Kogi State has 800 billion naira is compared to nothing. They are the one loading the money. They are the one using it for themselves. They are the one like using it for their family and their generation. If it comes to the part of where they needed to establish a good health center, a good education, a good industry, a whole lot that needed to be done, there is no money for that for Nigeria. The layman, the common man in Nigeria is suffering. You will say that there is money in Nigeria. Yes, they are seeing the money for themselves, but the common man in Nigeria is not seeing it. If he is going to come out, a common man is going to come out and tell you that there is no money in the country. You have to believe him because if you see that a penny did not drop in his account, that is why we just needed to, even if we know that even if we keep voicing out from now till tomorrow that our government needed to do better so that those that have graduated for how many years, 5 years, 3 years now, that didn't have a job should be able to provide, to get a job, a meaningful job. It's going to feel like we are asking for too much.
Yeah.
If their children is able to travel overseas and study and then support them over there, sending money to them for their upkeep, $200,000, 300,000 for them to be able to lead a big man life. Why can't we, the layman in the country that is giving them our votes, paying our tax, can't have a better education for ourselves?
Let's move on. 11 killed in Kebbi village attacks. The Kebbi State Police Command has confirmed the killing of 11 people and the destruction of 6 villages in a reprisal by Lakurara militants in the Arewa local government area. The attack, which occurred on Sunday, was reportedly in response to the killing of a militant leader, Majemu, by security forces. According to the local sources, who shunned to be identified for security reasons, the assailants stormed Birin Bede and nearby communities, setting home ablaze. Only one village was spared due to the presence of military personnel. Confirming the incident, the Kebbi State Police spokesperson, Nafiu Abubakar, told our correspondent on Monday that while initial reports suggest 13 deaths and 8 villages destroyed, investigation confirmed and 2 critically injured victims.
This issue of Lakwara is really alarming, I tell you, because these military people the government needs to really attend to this. I tell you, our military personnel, our government can actually wipe out these people. It's something they can do, but it's just that I don't know if they really find joy in seeing people uh, die, villages destroyed.
If you're
And
going to be talking about our government is really, I'm going to say that when you have a sitting president that is a CIA for the US, and then you also have the nose of Boko Haram, and those terrorists are being sponsored from the outside US, is you're going to feel like, is it that it's not possible? The government is going to be there benefiting from all those things because it feels like the moment there is going to be a hand changement that all those terrorists and all that should be wiped out, there is no that there is a part of their income that is being cut off. Forget about that. We Nigeria is the one paying. They are actually receiving a whole lot of money from the outside country, the US and all that. They have their own payment from there because they are so heartless to the point that they agree to the terms of the LGBT and all, and they are at the terms of terrorists to come and be attacking because how much did they tell you? They don't want to make the money in naira anymore. They want to make it in higher
Yeah.
income,
Another different currency.
another different currency, and they are so comfortable with it. No, if they wanted to do providing arms for our security men or making more available materials for the security men should be the most easiest thing. Someone is losing 3.7 billion naira, 800 billion naira, a trillion, and all that, but they can't even gather some few money to actually.
It's
You're
just
not
a
in a
pity.
safe hand.
It's
You are
just
not
a
in a
pity
safe
to
hand
Nigeria.
in this country. You are
Yeah.
not. You are not in a safe hand of a leader.
Okay, let's move on to today's top story from Vanguard. I removed fuel subsidy to protect unborn generation, says Tinubu. President Bola Tinubu yesterday said he removed fuel subsidy to protect the future of the unborn generation. President Tinubu stated this at the inauguration of the National Youth Congress Planning Committee at the Council Chamber, Presidential Villa, Abuja. The president reaffirmed his administration commitment to the youth empowerment, declaring that the government policies were designed to secure a prosperous future. He said, I have listened to you carefully. Today is not for long speech. I just want to reassure you that you are the hope of the country. Everything hangs on your future. Every decision that I have taken is all for tomorrow.
well, well,
So
I'm
funny.
trying to put the president's point of view to my own understanding. But the way I see it, I think to his own point of view, to the speech he has made, it's a right call for the future. But you know, we Nigerians, we are not trying to say waiting for the future. Nigerians are we are not always patient enough to see what the future holds. That's why in this our country, we always want fast money, fast things. We want to see it sharp, sharp, talk and do. That's what we want. But in the issue of the fuel subsidy, it's something that the nation is not going to benefit now. It's something we are going to benefit in the future. And when it comes to economic exchange, value marketing, revenue, and everything, it's what we are going to understand in the future. But you know, we if the president is trying to do this for us, you see those people around him, eh, those people around the president will not allow this thing work because everybody will come out and say, ah, this is when President Tinubu enter, everything I've done this, everything I've done that. He's not the one doing everything. His work is just to see to a particular thing, probably sign this house to people. Okay, what if the president says this next month I want to give everybody, all youths, 10,000 naira? Is it the one that will come out and share the money? It's not the one. This money will be dispersed to some wicked part of people, and they will be the one to steal this money for themselves. So to me, what he said in the youth conference yesterday, I second to it and I support it.
It's not as if what the fuel subsidies is not a good one because every other leaders that is going to take the power from him is still going to go into the idea of removing this fuel subsidy. But right now is what we are actually talking about. If there is no a better balance for the future that he's talking about, is no, I don't even see that it's going to be something that is going to last for a long time because he's not going to be there for long.
Yeah.
Another person might come and then feels like this fuel subsidy that is being removed, let me put it back. If there is already a plan made for it, that whoever that is going to take up the seats are both in the same view for a better Nigeria, then we can say that the future is already bright, but now we are already suffering for those that is coming behind, the generation that is coming behind us.
Let me add to what you said. They said a better tomorrow starts now. When you are not doing anything now, how do you want us to believe that there will be a better tomorrow? There will be a better future. It starts now. Let's see your work. Let's see what are you even doing? The plans, everything. Have you taken any actions?
Well, the first action that I think that he takes is about that fuel subsidy that he actually removed, that which everybody. But on the other hand, most of the Nigerian infrastructure are sinking down. They are not in a better position. They are not being planned well. Everything is not being organized
Balance,
well.
yeah.
So I feel like that needed to also take the view of the president to look into it, so that those that are already in the street, that feels like the youth that are already thinking that there is other quicker way to make money, hurting, defrauding people, or ritual killing and all that, and kidnapping should
Go down.
reduce. If there is a better job being provided and all that, then we hope that the future is going to be much more brighter. That
Mm-hmm.
it's not just depending on the fuel subsidy alone.
Alone. Okay, let's move on. Police seal church over alleged killing of LASU graduate. The police command in Lagos State have sealed a church over the alleged killing of a 28-year-old graduate of the Lagos State University LASU, Adedamola Ogunbode. The command spokesperson CSP Benjamin confirmed the development while briefing newsmen at the command headquarters in Ikeja on Monday. The church was sealed following intelligence reports that some people plan to burn it down out of vengeance, and we do not want that to happen. It is still a suspect crime scene. We still need to go over it. We may need to revisit the scene multiple times for us to gather evidential value. The church has been sealed for now to prevent it from being burned, and we assure the public that updates will be given about the investigation and the progress we have made as soon as we get new updates, he said. The police image maker said that 3 suspects has been detained. This man's news, like, he's just back and forth. At one time they were like he was not killed.
No, I think this one is a different story right now, talking about a church. Well, if does the neighborhood actually find that the church is
Has
being
hand in it.
hand in it, yes. I know it's the police right to actually seal down the church
Mm-hmm.
because of some kind of investigation that needed to be checked in that site if the body is being buried there or is not there. Yeah, arresting 3 suspects already is. It's not as if that you're going to keep on visiting that place multiple times before you can get an investigation. The people are annoyed and then they seek vengeance. If most of the religious centers are needed to be well investigated, it feels like many of them are having hand in all those blood and all those equipping and giving a false prophecy to most of this youth and all that, giving them like you can. I don't really know, but I feel like religious center in Nigeria is really eating thing. Not everyone you actually see, or a church that a religious house that you see that is being built, you think that is all full of saints people or saints leaders, and that is being really called by God. If we can cut down on the way we actually consume some of those things when it comes to religions, then a whole lot is going to get better.
Okay, so let's move on to today's top story from the nation. Death toll in Benue attacks rises to 20. The death toll from the suspected herdsmen attack on Imade Gbeiwa and Dikko in Shetile KPAV Katsina Ala local government area of Benue State have risen to 20 persons. On Saturday, rampaging herdsmen attack Boundaries community in Toran Kwande, Dipo and Beriwa, Katsina Ala, Ukum and Ayilamo in Logo local government area. Houses were set ablaze, property worth millions of naira destroyed and vandalized. On Sunday, the death toll from Shetile rose to 20 after more bodies were found in the bush. Addressing members of the constituency, the lawmaker representing Ukum, Logo and Katsina Ala Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives, Solomon Wombo, condemned the attack and killings, describing them as barbaric and inhuman.
Definitely is barbaric and inhuman. If the herdsman is gaining more powers every time to actually kill people because of the misunderstanding that whatever that actually happened between them is something we have been talking about this thing for a long time about the government looking into this herdsmen. If they are not ready to do their business, most they are all Fulanis. If they are not doing their business in Nigeria, then they should move back to wherever they are coming from instead of coming to Nigeria and then killing people because of mere misunderstanding. Oh, your cattle are in my farm, destroying crops and all that. Then the next thing you resort to fight, and the next thing you kill the person. That is very very unfair. They are showing the power that they now have. They now have power over Nigerians. That wherever they tend to go, destroying crops and killing humans, no one has the right to talk to them about it.
I just wish the government can look up onto this because enough is enough.
Let's
Enough is
enough
enough.
is
We
enough.
can't just keep looking at them and they keep killing people, destroying properties like, and we cannot do anything. That's what they feel, because if the government have looked up on this, things will not even result to this at all. It's not get to this point. What is helping us? Okay, let's move on. Economic looking up, says Tinubu. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said last night that the economy has picked up and will continue to get better. According to him, the bold decision made by the administration, along with the supportive efforts of sub-national entities, have produced positive results. He called for the sustenance of the efforts. The president spoke during an iftar breaking of fast with governors, ministers, military chiefs and other top government officials at the presidential villa in Abuja. He spoke in the same vein earlier when he inaugurated the steering committees of the forthcoming youth conferences.
Well, the point that the president has come out to say the economy is actually moving on. I will support that part because I think the economy has actually changed from the last 4 months, and I think 4 to 6 months
Sorry if I
ago,
may ask you, it's changed for, is it for better or for worse?
definitely for good.
For good. And are you sure?
Because if you look back to 4 months ago and 6 months ago, people were really crying out to the increase in so many things, and those things that are being increased, I think the cost of those things are really coming down a little now, rather than the way it was high before. If you check the cost of fuel now, from 1514 before now, it has reduced to, I think some are selling now 8 something, some are selling 900, some are selling 850. I think it's a gradual process for us to get to what we actually want. It's not fair that these things went up. In a country where we produce fuel, and fuel is the main income of the country. That's why I always speak about making other things a source of a national income. Fuel is the only most reliable national income we have in this country. And anytime fuel goes up, everything in this country tends to go up too with it. Because you look at the cost of transport, the cost of you keeping your livestock available, the cost of doing so many things makes it go up. If we really look into agriculture, look into mining, look into cocoa and other things, we want to fall back to things. Fuel alone itself, once it goes up in this country, everything goes up. Now that the fuel has reduced, I think so many things are really coming back to place the way it's actually was.
Well, on that is that I'm going to chip in my little. Nigerians are good in when it comes to adjusting to every circumstances. It's not that things are not still expensive. It's not that we are not still facing some hardship, but we Nigerian, the way they take it serious before, when they were all screaming and shouting, you hear people saying that this regime is nothing like before. It's just because like they tell that if they keep on screaming, no one is going to hear their voice. So they just now adjusted to everything. Imagine buying a fuel before for 100 naira or for 75 naira, and then now it jumps overnight to 800 naira. And then when it was 15, it now now reduced
Went
down to
down.
800, and then we are praising God that things are becoming cheap. That is not supposed to how it should be. When you're still going to look deep into it, you know that you in your own comfort zone, there are some people that is praying to be in that. There are people that still can't be able to afford their daily meals, that they just hope God will. When they talk about the minimum wage being increased, it wasn't increased for the past many months. When they talk about the NYC copper receiving 77,000, it hasn't been implemented.
A lot of
That is
things.
not even what we want, that it should jump into that immediately. But we are wanting a good infrastructure, a good things that to be established for people that needed this. If you are going to be giving people 70,000 naira as minimum wage, and then a bag of rice is still on 95 to 100,000, how do you expect these people to get the remaining 30,000 naira to add to it and get the rest? A family of five can still feed on that. When a family of five can afford a derica of rice, it feels like it's only getting better. In this picture, it's not getting better. Even if fuel, if you say that fuel is already in 800 naira or 950 now, we are still asking for a better change. Youths are there that have graduated, they haven't gotten a proper job. There are people still on the street. When you go to and then you wanted to rent a house, you see a house rent being imposed on you a lot. If you take 100,000 naira out to the market and then you wanted to get something for a month, you come back with nothing to. If the government is saying that the economic is now looking up right now, it's just okay.
It's giving us hope.
Yes, we'll just accept to it. Okay, it's giving us hope. If you are living by the time of how the condition is, tomorrow I might not get money, or tomorrow I'll get money, or by month end I'll get money, then we are still not getting better.
Because I just wish the government can, like, the president, they should do something about this. All this giving us hopes, we don't need that. We don't need it. All these
If the economy is getting better, it's not supposed to be
he's
the
not
one
even the one to
to
tell us
come
and
out
tell us
and
that
say
okay,
that
the
the economy
economic is
is
getting
getting
better.
better.
We ourselves will sit and know that okay, yes, things are getting better. But the economic is worst. They are telling us economic is getting better. How do you want us to believe? But as we, the Nigerians, the citizens, we go with the flow.
We adjust to anything that
Yeah,
is possible.
that's just it. Okay, guys, thank you for joining us today on the Breakfast Show. I've been your host, Bisola. I hope you enjoyed today's program. Be sure to share, like, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, have a blessed day. Bye.